Can I just go further? I can really write such a kind of JavaScript code where in the JavaScript code I can do certain tasks repeatedly. You have used concept called timer in your programming. Can I write such a kind of function? The function will be called exactly after 2 seconds. Oh, I want to display hello world, hello world, hello world. So I think accordingly I should do one thing. I should go back to that folder, and inside this folder, let me create one more extra JavaScript file .js. And now this file is created. Yes, I want this file to be edited. I can always go back and open this particular file in my notepad, but I don't like writing my lines of code in this way. It's always good to use a particular editor which can give intelligence, which can give you very good kind of like a code view kind of thing. So we can use Sublime as a text editor, we can use Atom as a text editor, or we can use Visual Code as a text editor to write your JavaScript code. So right now on my computer, I already installed Visual Code. So you can download Visual Code from the Microsoft site, which is open source editor. You can take it and you can just install it like this on your computer. You can just specify the path of your folder. I think I'm using Node.js. No, yes, I'm using this particular folder. Now the Solution Explorer window. No, there's a window called Explorer window that shows your file repeat task, but this file is right now empty. No, yes, I have a requirement. Can you write such a kind of code? The code which will repeat the task after certain time duration. Okay. Want to display simple thing, print hello, and this print hello function will just display simple like a data, like a console dot log, where I want to display something called hello world. Okay, our first hello world program using this Node.js. I'm writing this simple code. Oh, I wanted this print hello function to be continuously executed, but that continuous execution happened exactly after 2 seconds. Last time, if I want to run this function, what I do? It's a JavaScript. In JavaScript, you just write simple like a print hello. When I write a print hello, I declare the function, I'm calling the function. Now I want to run this function. I want to run this file. The task, Control Shift C button if you use, you go back to the folder. Your code is in front of you. You just simply go back and type the file name, node specify. What is your file name? Repeated task.js. Can you get hello world displayed? But what happened in this case? The JavaScript file is inputted to the primary thread of that worker process. The worker process executed. There's nothing left. The program is terminated. The process is terminated and it's gone. No, I wanted exactly after 2 seconds this particular JavaScript hello world, hello world to be displayed. Then I realize in a Node.js environment we should have some library. Node.js should give me some library which will contain set of functions. Those functions I can use it and program my code in such a way which will do certain tasks. So there's one function available, set interval function. Can you find? Yes, there is a set interval function which is an inbuilt function given by Node.js. So Node.js is not just a runtime engine. Node.js is containing a runtime engine with some library. That library we call them as node modules. Set of functions already been written in the form of JavaScript files. Those JavaScript files are given to you and the engine is given to you. That means they have given us engine and they have also given us petrol. Now we can drive. That is what we call platform. Node.js is a platform which contains engine as well as set of API, set of libraries. Those are called things. I'm just using set interval. Oh, it requires, give me the name of the function which you want to call. Print hello is my name of the function. Tell me second parameter, timeout. After how much time you want that function to be continuously being called? So I'm just going back and writing something here as 2000 milliseconds. See what I'm doing. I have written a function. I don't want to call. This calling is called explicit call. I use it here. Explicit call. This kind of call is called as blocking call. And here what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to call implicit call. No, directly function is not called. The function is getting called implicitly. By using which mechanism? What do you pass as a first parameter? The first parameter you pass, that is nothing but the name of the function. Oh, if you pass name of the function, that means you are passing address of the function. because the function written somewhere and you're just passing the name of the function. It's a function address. Oh, doesn't it look like it's a function pointer? Those of you started your career using C programming, any function we can call by passing the address of the function. This kind of function is called dynamic invocation. Runtime invocation. Yes, using setIntel function, I'm giving the address of the function, and that particular address of the function is automatically invoked after 2 seconds. Oh, this kind of thing is called as register callback function to Node.js. Now see, I just did a small work. Can I run this code? Can I run this code now? Yes, you can. Control Shift C. Your program is in front of you. Your console of Node is there. We can just use Node space, give the name of that file, type this particular command. What is happening, my dear friend? Have you observed? Exactly after 2 seconds, hello world, hello world, hello world is getting displayed. But who is calling this hello world? My next question. This hello function is actually called as a this print hello function is called as a callback function. Oh, what is this? This function you declared. I declare this function as callback function. This callback function you registered here. And once you register that callback function, now it is Node engine is internet taking care of calling this function exactly after 2 seconds. So who is calling this function? According to my diagram, I think that function might have been called by a thread. No? Can you see my one node diagram? If you really look around, your JavaScript code is always called single threaded code. No? So here's my JavaScript code. JavaScript code is actually called single threaded code. Single threaded programming language. That means you cannot do multi-threading. You cannot do multi-threading using JavaScript. But at least can you write callback functions? I'm just coming back to my Visual Code. Okay, it's still running. See, when I terminate this parent process, that time all those things are getting terminated. But if I come across and see my Visual Code, here is my Visual Code. Where's my Visual Code? My Visual Code is here. Where I kept it? I'm coming back, getting this window, finding my Visual Code here. Yes, my Visual Code is here. That is what I written. Okay, no? Can I just go back and write one more simple function here? Function. Okay. Print. Well done. And hurry writing one more function. Now see, there are two functions are written, but I did not call any function explicitly. I'm just going back and again writing one more extra code. And here again I'm calling set interval function, and for set interval function now I'm giving print well done name. And I'm calling this particular function. I would like to schedule this function to be called exactly after 4000 milliseconds. Now what do you observe in the code? Now inside this you'll really observe now there are two functions are declared as a callback functions, and both the functions are actually given input to two different functions called set interval. And if I just go back and see the output, and at the same time, can I just go below and write simple code console.log terminating main JavaScript file closing Node.js application. Now see, now I'm just trying to see that thing is written very well. Have a look about the code. Start guessing now. What will happen in this case? People are new for Node.js, so they PHP people are having PHP background, may not have done such kind of work in their PHP application development. But now suddenly they will find I'm just going back and saving this file and again coming back and running this command. What's my command? Node.exe space the application name repeated JS file. When I press enter, oh, hello world is displayed and terminating main JavaScript file. Oh, that means the first time the hello world was displayed and terminating main JavaScript file. That means my node process terminated. And still hello world keep it up, hello world keep it up, hello world keep it up going on. What is going on? What do you think? Actually, whenever we use set interval function, that time the node process internally is actually invoking the thread pool. Inside your Node.js environment, it maintains a thread pool. Now you'll ask me a question, what is thread pool? Set of threads have been created and kept in a queue in a wait state. Whenever callback functions are registered and the time limit has been specified, once the time limit is completed, whichever thread is available from the pool will be taken and have been given the address of the function of print hello or address of that particular print well done, and that code is getting called. And once the work is finished, they again goes back in a pool. So there are three waiters are waiting in a hotel, and the manager once he get the host receives a guest. Once the guest is arrived, I think the guest will take that guest will be taken to the table, and some waiter which is there in a queue will come and help us. But at the same time, one more guest has arrived. The manager will put that particular guest to another table and another waiter will come back. Now, whichever waiter has finished the task will go back and find in that particular queue and will wait whether any particular guest is actually making a request. That's called thread pool. You know, thread pool, connection pool, application pool. These are the concepts are normally used by the environment for giving you multitasking environment. So my simple question, your node application is a multi-threaded application, but the JavaScript code which you written, it's a single threaded code. Even though your JavaScript file is actually going to be single threaded, that means the JavaScript code will be executed by only one thread, but whatever callback functions you have defined under the JavaScript file callback, they are registered and they will be internally getting called by the thread pool. And that is the way we are achieving multitasking, concurrency. So if you have a parallel threads, I think we can have really parallelism, like a i7 core to duo. Who is doing that magic? That Node.js. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to get ourselves trapped into the multi-threading scenarios like thread synchronization, deadlock conditions, starving condition. These all those things will be handled by that thread pool and this thing. Our job is keep your job ready. Keep your job ready and submit your job. Let the internal scheduler in thing will handle everything. That is, my dear friend, is called Node.js. Okay. So will that pool consist of only threads? Pre-assigned or new available thread is assigned. Now let me tell you, actually you can go to the advanced level of this Node.js and we can configure certain configuration file and we can really increase that particular thread pool also. Okay. So Sahil is asking me one question. Ravi, can you explore it more? The JavaScript thread and Node with the diagram. I'm coming back to the diagram. The first question what Pragar has asked, I'll just give answer. The thread pool is maintained by the node process. We can customize that thread pool also by finding some other kind of configurations by API to increase that thread pool also. But it is not good to continuously increase the thread pool, because if you keep adding lot of number of waiters in a hotel and you only have only 3-4 guests, and for the 3-4 guests you kept almost 15 waiters, I think you're unnecessarily wasting your space and your computation. So it's a proper understanding of a operating system environment, Node.js environment. I think we have to touch those particular thread pool customization things. But at this moment, we have to use only existing thread pools, and you only focus on writing applications. For very commerce, I mean complex applications, we can customize that configuration settings also. You can find how to on Google how to set thread pool maximum site or something. I think you'll get some kind of hint from that thing. Let me come back to the sales part. Whatever discussions I carried out, I think I'm just putting in front of you in a diagram. Let me terminate. See, Still going on. Here is a one node diagram. So I said that you write a JavaScript file. Under that JavaScript file, we write a lot of functions, but we do not want this function to be directly called. We will have some kind of mechanism where we will register those functions using some mechanism. And once the JavaScript file is written, here we register by using function called set interval. No, and the JavaScript file is given. So when the JavaScript file is given to the node process in Windows operating system, this process is created. This is Windows process created on Windows platform, on Windows OS. This process created. Once this process created, then there's one particular primary thread is assigned by the operating system. I use what here PT. PT stands for primary thread, and the primary thread is actually executing this whole lines of code and getting this execution continuously. Okay. And now internally, that code which has been executed into that particular multiple threads are actually taking care of now. Internally, it will maintain a thread pool. Here I'm trying to show you under this particular thing, we have got a concept called thread pool. Okay. See multiple things. Have a look. 2 minutes. Yes, I'll. So here I just mentioned every particular Node.js process will have by default primary thread, and inside that Node.js process we always have V8 JavaScript engine, okay, which internally maintains a thread pool. Now if there are multiple callback functions are registered, so whichever the thread is available from the pool will be taken and the execution is taken place. That means ultimately this process becomes multi-threaded process. Remember, the process itself is multi-threaded. But the JavaScript code which you really written, no, that programming language called single thread. Why? Because primary thread executes the JavaScript code and it registers your functions which are going to be called independently. I said independently by respective thread pool from this thing. See, there is only one hotel, but in that one hotel you'll have multiple waiters, and every waiter is actually handling every guest requirements separately. This is the way your Node.js works, and that is a very important thing for writing our server applications, like web applications, like application services, like a server-based application, like a database server. That is why I told you, if you have this core engine, you can take this core engine. See, this concept is other way. You will have water. You have water in a glass. It's a transparent. But now you decide what is the color you wanted to have for that water. Blue color, yellow color, green color. You just mix that color inside that water and that particular solution will become like a red solution, green solution or blue solution. Are you getting? That is what exactly is a engine. So we can take this Node.js engine, write a JavaScript code, and we will be able to develop our own web server. Or we can take this Node engine and we'll write a JavaScript code and which will behave this particular process behave like a web server or application server or like a database server or like a simple front-end application server where Angular applications can be deployed. Good. So we always say Node is single threaded. No, Node process is multi-threaded with the help of thread pool, but the JavaScript code is a single threaded. Sile, you rectify your sentence. JavaScript programming language is a single threaded programming language, but the Node process is multi-threaded because it internally maintains thread pool. Is it okay? That's it. Good. Any other question up till now, the discussions which you carried out? See, I'm just trying to show all the diagrams from where we started, because every time whenever we are conducting this online session, it's always good practice to see, have a recap. So We are talking this Node.js right from the scratch. So what is Node.js? Node.js is like a .NET, like a JVM. Node.js is used for writing microservice application architectures. Node.js come up with some kind of tools. Now we are going to focus on that area. Node package manager, node underscore models. And then further, I discuss about the agenda for today's session. Currently, where are we? We are at this moment here. We have done the simple understanding. We have done the simple understanding. We focus on this area. Now we are focusing on this area. Now we are here. And then further, we will be going about. Correct, no? So I introduce you. Node.js is just like engine. Now you use this engine for building your React applications, native React applications, Angular applications, Ionic applications, or web services, or database servers, or integrating these all applications together, or building your build automation process. Can I write such a kind of code which will automatically take a lot of JavaScript files and bundle it together? And once they are bundled, I wanted this all kind of JavaScript files to be minified, and also wanted the JavaScript file will be automatically deployed to the production server. I want this whole process to be automation. Oh, integration, continuous integration is the kind of word I think most of you familiar. क्या होता है वो continuous integration? सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर अपने मशीन पे बैठ के सॉफ्टवेयर का प्रोग्राम लिख रहा है और ऑटोमेटिकली कोड रिपोजिटरी के अंदर उसका चेक इन हो रहा है, उसके पीछे बिल्ड प्रोसेस रन हो रही है, उसका बंडलिंग हो रहा है, उसका टेस्टिंग सर्वर पे डिप्लॉय किया जा रहा है, और टेस्टिंग भी यूनिट टेस्ट वर्क हो रहे हैं. DevOps, fantastic Sahil. I can really use Node.js to set my own developer operations management. For that thing you require an engine that is called Node.js. So Node.js not only used for application execution, Node.js is not only used for front-end application development platform, Node.js is not only used for only your server running, Node.js is used as a core engine for DevOps. Even this Node.js we can use along with containers, and we can really have perfect cloud environment. So it is like a microorganism. If you understand this microorganism, I think we can use that microorganism in any particular cell, and these multiple cells will decide a tissue. These tissues will actually be responsible for designing something like a muscle. These multiple muscles will actually create one limb, and that multiple limbs will actually make like a human body, and we can really develop this whole thing right from the scratch. That is what exactly is the real understanding of Node.js. I hope most of you are comfortable with this kind of things, because I think I'm finding only few questions, other questions are not there. That means they're understanding and they're going right that way. And we are taking care of this hands-on mode together itself, correct? No? Only thing at this moment, because of your network connectivity and this particular bandwidth problem, I think you are not able to type this code along with me. Or you can type this code along with me also. I could share certain snippet with you. You can take this snippet and install. I just want to ask one question. Do you have all computers with the Node.js installation? Yes or no? I think most of you have all computers Node.js installed. May I know what version you are using for that Node.js? How to check which version of Node.js is on a computer? You can always go back to the Node.js and type a simple thing. You know, in my case, the version is version 10.15.1. Can somebody tell me which is the version you're using? Okay, 8.9 or 10. Okay. Manish is asking one question. Can we control thread pool? Yes, we can. Actually, we cannot control thread pool, but we can configure thread pool to have more than more threads. You can. You don't have to update your node version, because if you just want to understand Node.js, you can take any version. But actually, if you observe Sahil, when we wanted to use Angular 7, that time we expected we should have latest version. It is always good practice to have a latest version of Node.js which is stable. Okay, no? Because whenever we keep getting the old version, there are certain functions might have been deprecated from that Node.js, and because of that, your application development may get stuck up somewhere. So it is recommended to use a latest version of Node.js which is stable. But even if you have like a 8.7 version and you're doing your work and your application is working fine, then you don't have to upgrade. Okay. So we can really have a staging environment, development environment, and production environment. We'll try to see that our staging environment, our developer environment, and your production environment will have the same kind of versions of Node.js, so that we will have everything properly set out and our continuous integration process is working fine. Okay, so let us update in meantime, otherwise you would not face any problem and we'll have a break flow, correct? No, so good. I think during break time you can just do one thing, go back to that. One more thing, let me tell you, my dear friends, if you want to remove Node.js, just don't go and remove Node.js from your add server programs. You have to delete two more folders. One is a npm and second is called npm cache, and then uninstall Node.js, then it's like a perfect thing. Okay, Gagan is asking one question to me. If Node.js is a multi-threaded, but JavaScript is single-threaded, how can we execute multiple threads in Node.js? Gagan, actually we cannot execute multiple threads. What we can do, we can write multiple JavaScript functions in our JavaScript file, and we can execute this function using like a mechanism, callback mechanism. Now, once we come back to the file I operation, I think that time we'll realize very well. So we cannot have a control over a thread. We will have only, we can write number of listeners. What is the word I'm using? We can write lot of listeners, action listener functions in using JavaScript functions. These multiple action listener functions are independent JavaScript functions we will create and we will register. Once we register, it is the job of Node.js to assign a particular thread from the queue and get it that work done. Okay, means you have only one thing in hand. How many guests I can send to my hotel, that is in your hand, but how many waiters you can have it, that you don't have control. Good, great. So this is the discussion which I carried out. So I said that please try to do one more thing, uninstallation process I'm just talking about before Gagan's question was coming. I said that if you want to remove your old version of Node.js, you know, when the Node.js install where the files are getting created, have you checked it? When Node.js was installed, I think these Node.js related files are installed in one folder. That folder is C colon program files. Mm, guess Node.js, no? Where is Node.js? Let me sort it properly. Type Node.js. A B C D E F G H I J K N. Node.js. This is the Node.js contains node.exe, npm.exe, and node.mols. This is the node.mols folder. Have you checked it? Node.mols folder. This node.mols folder has got so many kind of JavaScript files. One of the JavaScript file is containing the logic of set interval. You know, in our program, we have written a function called set interval here. Yes, this set interval function's actual logic is kept inside this node npm of node.mol somewhere, and that is why we are getting this work done. But whenever Node.js install, only at this level, only that folder is not created. Let me tell you, this is the thing which will have node exe and other runtime library, I will call runtime library, available here. But at the same time, if you have installed this Node.js on a computer and you are currently logged in user, you please do one thing, go back to your computer, C colon, find users, find your username, whichever you right now logged in. In my case, I logged in as a TFL admin. So if I just go back and find C colon users TFL admin, and I find there's a hidden folder called app data, correct? Can you find app data folder? Yeah, this folder is normally invisible. You need to go back and set views setting, show all hidden files as well. So app data. Once I open app data, can I find there's a folder called roaming? Yeah. Under roaming, if I just go back, you'll find a lot of folders available. There are two folders you can really find it here. Those two folders are called npm and npm cache. So npm cache and npm, these two folders we have to delete. Shift delete. Don't use only delete, otherwise these folders will go inside your recycle bin. You use shift delete, remove completely from your computer if you are using old version and you want to upgrade to the next version. Once these two folders are removed, everything is clean from the cache of your machine. Then come back, use your programs. Go back to the programs. Programs and features, where you can go back and uninstall it. Control panel, programs and features. Try to search for Node.js. Now remove this Node.js from your computer. This is called crystal clear node installation uninstallation process. Now Gagan is asking me question, Ravi, would you please also explain the process of Mac if possible? Now let me tell you, Gagan, actually I don't have Mac machine and I haven't seen how in Mac this Node.js folders are created and how you can install it here. Okay, yes, Linux has a different command Shalu for this thing. So I think you could just search on internet. So Linux and this, I think for Linux you can use that apk get command. Okay, there's separate package manager available. Using that you can, yes, right, very good. That is now one more thing. Uh, Shalu, you have given me very good kind of command, something called sudo npm cache clean f. Correct, no? Yes, that is the command we use for the Linux, which does the same kind of cache clean the way I did here. Good. So you also have on Google this all help available. So sudo npm command for your Linux, again apk get command for your some CentOS. Okay, different Linux versions are there. Also for Mac, also you might have some kind of commands. Okay, you need to just search on that thing. Unfortunately, I haven't. I don't have my Mac PC, so that I would have tried this thing also. But you can see every operating system has their own kind of different process that we just need to find in documentation and do it, but the basic concept remains same. So if your plane can land in Chandigarh on Chandigarh International Airport, I think your plane should land in Pune International Airport also. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि मैंने चंडीगढ़ पे लैंड किया है लेकिन अभी पुणे पे लैंड नहीं कर सकता. नहीं, सारे एयरपोर्ट का स्टैंडर्ड सेम ही होता है, सिर्फ प्रोसीजर्स अलग हो सकती है. गुड. So here we discuss about uninstallation process and installation process in this whole work area. But Shalu, let me tell you one thing. When you use command called npm install, no, that actually installs the node. But npm itself is a tool which by default comes with Linux. But that is not the part with the Windows platform. When Node.js install, no, only that time you get npm tool. Have you observed on Windows platform when my Node.js was installed on my C drive, program files, the Node.js folder was created. Have you observed that Node.js, there's one more extra file also available here, npm. Now what is this npm? This npm is called a tool. When Node.js is installed along with Node engine, we also have one more extra tool that is called Node package manager tool. Because sometimes you wanted to use some third-party library which are not available on your computer to do programming. I don't know whether most of you remember in Angular session when we really wanted to do our Angular application development, we wanted Angular CLI, correct? No. So by default, Angular CLI is not installed on a computer. So what did we do? Actually, we use command called npm install -g @angular/CLI. So that time the Angular related libraries were downloaded. So npm node package manager, it is the tool used for downloading dependency. Now what are those dependencies? Those dependencies are called node modules.